Bloopers.
Bienvenidos to another episode of Superboys, where it's done. Not the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it's Captain America and the Winter Soldier now. This is the finale, guys. This was it. The last episode with your host, the man, the legend, the squad strike fucking champion right here, Isaquito Isaac,
luck.
aka Ice Speculous. It doesn't matter if you win by luck. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. A win is a win. And your co-host, Lil Nas, his favorite number one fan.
Oh my God, not
Mr. Obey.
Even. It's your main man, Hobbs. We're just a couple of guys.
It's just a couple of guys. And Slipknot's number one fan over here, DC, Carolina. She's not representing a state
today.
She's not representing a state, but she will. It'll eventually get to a point in this show where she will have a state beanie every video.
50.
No.
Okay, so yeah, the finale, bro. Okay, so let's just start off with it. Things that you probably did not like, or some stuff that probably weren't all in love with in this episode. Things that stood out to you.
Things that stood out to me, a little dark on the fight scenes, but not too bad. Honestly, it was just really lackluster, especially for a season finale. Yeah.
See, but that's the problem with, not just the show, but with a lot of shows, the finale is always hard for them to land, stick the landing on. I've noticed that there's probably only a handful of finales that's ever really rocked it. Out of all the shows I've ever watched, probably only a handful of finales have ever really stuck the landing. That's true. This one, okay, so you're talking about a little lackluster. Was this better or compared to WandaVision's finale? Which one was better?
I think WandaVision's
I agree
better.
with you. I think WandaVision's finale was probably more blockbustery, or at least more climactic, just whoa, oh shit, it's finally going down. And the Vision fight, that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was cool. And then it leaves you wondering too for that one is, so what's going to go on with that Vision now? Mm-hmm. And then I don't know, it leaves questions, but a lot of good questions, questions that get you excited.
Yeah.
This episode didn't get me excited.
It got me, leaving questions wise, it left me with good questions, I guess, about John Walker. What's his,
what's his new role going to be?
Is the U.S. agent. Yeah. But for me, there's a few things that actually stood out to me that, not necessarily that, I hated. It's oh my God, I hate this episode. I hate the entire this fucking
Well, I didn't hate the episode either.
Yeah. Oh no, I really enjoyed it. I think my favorite episode out of all 6 was the one where Cap killed the dude. Where John Walker killed the guy at the end of it. Yeah, that one was an intense episode. But one thing that I guess it finally how the last episode it finally stood out to you, the physics of the fucking shield. This one is oh, okay, this is just way too convenient now. Nobody recognizes anybody out in the fucking public. It's getting ridiculous. Throughout the season, we've had Falcon and Winter Soldier walk around with Zemo, and nobody's oh my God, that's fucking, Falcon was, when they were in Madripoor, how are you not going to recognize that's fucking Falcon, one of the Avengers? This is supposed to be, the underground, the black market. They're supposed to know who the Avengers are.
They should
and,
realize.
Sam could just walk around and just
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and it didn't really necessarily bother me then, but now nobody's recognizing Sharon Carter, and I understand the regular citizens, they don't know who the fuck Sharon Carter, and they shouldn't, but law enforcement, she's number top 5 most wanted for what she did. She can't step in the US, or she kept talking
she had that fancy disguise, so who knows how long she was wearing that.
Yeah, but
and then
she
everything
took it off
started
in
to go
front
down.
of them. She took it off in front of fucking all these people.
Yeah, but that's when stuff was going down already.
It's okay, they're not looking for me. And she takes it off. It's bitch. Is are you serious right now? It's just okay, this is way too convenient. Everybody can just walk around and not get recognized. Yeah. I'm not hating on it, but that is just one thing that's oh, okay, it's just convenience for story wise. I can get it.
Well, that kind of reminds me of the earpiece whole situation. That always bothered me too. It's it never shows them having anything in the ear, but they could always hear each other. Yeah, that's always bothered me, but not to a point where it's oh, I can't watch this. It's just like you said, convenience.
Yeah, just for convenience, plot, story point wise. And then sticking to Sharon Carter, she was the power broker. I know a lot of people were told. Yeah, I told you. Yeah, and I told you. I didn't want to accept it. I don't like it. I don't like that she was a power broker. Because even at the end when the post credit scene was talking about the Carter name, has always been associated with all these all this stuff that's happened in history and everything. And that's the thing okay, you just turned super black market mafia boss because of what happened. She's fucking level 35 a mafia boss.
Wait, so how long was she banned from the U.S.?
So after Civil War, and I believe Civil War was... Carol, can you look up when did Infinity War take place after Civil War? I want to say like a year. A year after fucking Civil War.
And she's
what? Because and
2 years. What to Peggy?
Huh?
And she's what to Peggy? Her granddaughter or
was it granddaughter?
Or was
it like her grandniece or something like that?
I
think it's like grandniece.
Okay.
I don't think it was a direct from daughter and then daughter's daughter. I think she was a niece.
Civil War, right?
Yeah, Civil War. When did Infinity War take place after Civil War?
That raises a question for me. Why didn't Steve and Peggy fix that for her?
Oh, yeah. And then I can understand her hatred because it's like, I was just forgotten everything I did, and all that.
Exactly. Because you had two powerful people that could have fixed it at any time.
Mm-hmm. So that's why I guess her being power broker is all right. It's just I don't know. It's just like you're really going to taint the whole Carter name and just
I just said, they did nothing for her.
It says almost 2 years.
2 years. Okay, so it took 2 years after. So she's been outside of the country for 7 years then, because the blip happened, and everything and all that. So she's been
they
outside.
Did nothing for her.
Mm-hmm. So I can get her anger and all that, but just it was all right.
And she's hardcore. She is
hardcore. That acid bomb, that little sneak. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. Yeah. She walks away.
The face is literally melting off. That was nuts.
That was badass. She's badass. I like her, but just now when I ever watch Civil War, it's fucking take your mouth away from that filthy hoe. She's gonna fucking betray the country in the future.
Oh, going back to the Shield too, freaking he threw a chair at the Shield and it stopped. That didn't make any sense to me.
The only reason I'm kind of cool, or not cool with it, but I guess I understand, is just the whole physics. Is something won't stop until it the whole collision thing, whatever, and all that. They're both flying, so it's just. But
the Shield got knocked back.
Yeah.
And if he threw it, he really threw it, and it's going halfway in a tree, I don't think a little bitch-ass chair is going to stop that.
It's the whole physics situation thing, dude. We need a breakdown of what this fucking Shield can or can't do, and all that. It's just...
That Shield should have chopped through that chair and still hit him.
That's why I was talking about, convenience-wise. This episode really started okay, they're doing a bunch of convenience stuff with this. As much as I like Falcon and Winter Soldier, or Captain America and Winter Soldier, the whole season in itself, I think, this was definitely the most they played with convenience-wise.
Yeah.
Also, what's it called? Carly. I do not like her.
You were telling me that this episode did it for you. She was ready to die for her cause.
Yeah, and
that bad to me.
I think at the end of the day, when I was talking about why I don't like her, is because they kept going back and forth. Wishy-washy was kept painting her as a good person. Oh, she's a good person, and all that. What she's done, she's like the fucking John Connor of this fucking new revolution and everything.
Right.
And then what she's going crazy. At least with John Walker, I felt like they did a better storytelling
of his descent
into madness. Hers, she kept going back and forth, and then she would just go 0, then 100, and then go back, and then 100, and then when she was willing to kill the hostages, and you could even see her own people's okay, you are not a good person.
Yeah.
You're not
I think
your cause is great, and I would be more in the.
I think she started off as a good person, and she created this cause, but she just decides it's not working. I need to go to an extreme to get this done. I think that's where it went.
I think it plays into Zemo's whole theory about super soldiers too, is where that ideology, the whole crazy, about where the super soldiers can lead to. I think that's basically
I don't
the
see
example
that because
of what happened.
she was ready to die.
Yeah. If you're willing to die for an idea, whether it being right or wrong, that's crazy. If you're willing to die for an ideology, and all that.
Yeah.
What's it called? So that's why I feel okay, I don't hate her, but I guess story-wise, what was the point of her is, I guess it shows what's the worst that can happen with this whole super soldier serum, how Zemo was talking about with this whole ideologies and everything. So when she finally died, I didn't give two shits. I didn't feel that emotional pull.
I didn't either, but I liked her though. It's just I don't know.
I'm sorry.
I didn't for this whole Can't think of one person. Yeah, for this whole show, I didn't get an emotional attachment to any of the characters.
I cared more about fucking I can't believe I forgot John Walker's partner, but when he died, I felt more for him than when Carly. Yeah, Lamar. Yeah, exactly. When Lamar died, I felt, at least because I knew these two, what they've been together, you know, so when he died in front of them. But when Carly died, the reason why I brought up that I didn't give two shits about when she died is Darth Maul. This is what I was talking about when I was going to talk about Star Wars. I didn't really watch all of Rebels, but that Darth Maul death scene impacted me way more because, like, they've been consistent with his character.
About the scene of Rebels?
Yeah. Oh, didn't I say Rebels?
Yeah, you're talking about the scene in Rebels?
Yeah, scene Rebels. Yeah, when him and Obi-Wan Kenobi fight, and then even he just got him in one strike, and then he falls to his arms, and then you see that moment of, like, you know, because that's what they tried giving her with Carly. She's like, I'm sorry. Like, they tried showing her weakness and all that. It's like, no, you're flippy floppy. Like, if they had her 100, like, you know, even if they had a total, like, Dictarian 100%, like, no, we're going to do whatever it takes, like a Magneto. Like, if I would have liked her way more if she just had that perspective from day one. Like, no, I'm going to do whatever it takes to, you know, make sure we get our rights back.
I like the wishy-washy in a way. I could see where you're saying she was too much of it, but I think that was her just struggling with herself. Because, like I said, she had this ideology and she knows that it's right, but I don't think she felt comfortable doing the things that she had to do to get this ideology going. But then something snapped in her saying, okay, this is what we have to do, but she didn't like that. She had to do it. Yeah, that's what I see. But yeah, I didn't like the. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't like that either.
That's what I was like.
She should have just died and it been silent, and I feel like it would have been a little more impactful.
Yeah, it would have been a little bit more. And then with Carly, Bucky, my guy, you are on a mission. How are you gonna answer this phone call? Hey, what's up? How's your day?
And be distracted.
Be distracted. Like, he was supposed to go after these.
Why can't he multitask?
Yeah, I would have been like, what do you want, Carly? Fucking chasing these fucking bodyguards. It's like, I can't answer. I'm too fucking busy, and hang up or something. But yeah, like, the fact that it's like, oh, well, I'm glad you took the phone call. You've been a big help. And then it's like, damn it. Oh, I fell for this. Is like, you are an assassin.
That's a little silly.
Yeah, it was a little silly. It looks like I'm hating this episode, but I did not hate it on this episode. I just wanted to talk about, like, as much as I loved this whole series, like, you know, if there's something that I didn't like, I'm not going to just be quiet about it. Also with the power scaling with Bucky and Walker. Okay, so I've been talking to some people that felt like they've nerfed Bucky this whole season. And yeah, the one thing I can somewhat, I'm like, okay, when we finally met the scientist who created this new super soldier serum, he talked about how it was a better version of it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe that's why they're stronger. It's because the super serum actually gives them more strength. So that's why he's having a hard time with these new super soldiers. But if we're going to stick to that consistency, then how come Walker isn't the ultimate badass out of all of them?
In shape?
Yeah, he was the most, the ones that took he was a prime human physical peakness or whatever. So him already being like the strongest human like there is right now, or at least one of the top humans with no superpowers, and then taking that super soldier serum, he should have been kicking ass left and right, especially at the end when like those new guys were starting to jump him. He should have been taking them out one by one, you know, and all, but they started jumping him, and then he couldn't really do shit.
Well, I think didn't they say it doesn't change nothing about you? It just
makes you better.
It elevates, right? Yeah. So I think it was only able to elevate to a certain point, and I think it capped the same for everyone. That's what I got from it, at least. So.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, it's starting to become like, oh my, this is just like the comics, as much as I love the comics, but just like the whole power scaling, it always goes back and forth based off of the different event that's going on. So this is like based on the movie or the show, it's always going to be changed. It's just to make this story. And then for the last thing that somewhat not necessarily bothered me, but I was a little let down, was the Yuri scene where Bucky finally confessed to him of what happened. I felt like wow, that's it. Like
it was really rushed.
Yeah. I felt like my guy just did a one night stand with him, you know, because like he went in there, did his business, and then he snuck out before she woke up. So with like Yuri, he's like, he was murdered by the Winter Soldier, and that was me. It's like, why? It's like, I didn't have a choice. And then it just cuts to him like fucking basically sneaking out, like I got to go. My fucking Uber's outside. Sorry, you know, I had a great time. Yeah. Bye. So it's like that was it. That was the emotional scene. We had a better emotional scene with Isaiah Bradley and fucking Sam at the end in the museum. Yeah, they finally got remembered. Oh, that was a great scene. So that was it.
That was a good scene.
So that was it for the stuff that I didn't like. Carol, DC, young DC on the mic, Slipknot's #1 fan over there.
What did I like?
Was there anything that you did not like about this episode?
No, I liked everything about this episode.
You liked everything about this episode? Okay, so what was your favorite scene of this episode?
I liked when Sam was talking. Sorry. He was talking to the politicians saying that they could do better, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, it's just... I don't know how to explain it. There's a lot that was going on there, but I really liked that scene, and plus the monument for Isaiah. That was emotional, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I really liked that scene too. And it kind of was like straight out of the comic books when he first came out as Captain America. You know, like I thought that was a pretty good scene when he was out in Middle Street talking to the politicians. What about you? What was your favorite scene of this episode?
I don't think I could break it down to a favorite scene, but something that I did like was everything from the training montage in the last episode was being used. I don't know why. That just made me like a little giddy. Yeah, doing all the backflips. Just like how he was bouncing off all the trees. Yeah. And then he bounced it off all the bad guys. Like everything that he was doing, it was...
That trainer was coming in clutch, yeah. I really like that. It's like, so speaking of Sam, that Wakanda drip. So, what's it called?
Even Wakanda has to respect the US of A.
Yeah, the US of A. Like, exactly, like when we were first watching this episode, I was like, that was the thing, like, this is Wakandian. Like, they're really going in the full US, you know, patriotic way. And then, you know, and Andrew's all like, oh, even Wakanda respects the USA. It's like, okay, I get it. I really like the suit. The one thing I don't like about it is his head wrap or whatever it is around here. They could have just taken that out. Like they really tried doing it like the comic, you know, design. But you know, looking at him in the other movies, like he never had like that little mask shit that he had. Like just take that off. That's the only thing I didn't like.
Just plain goggles would have been fine.
Yeah, just the plain goggles would have been fine. The suit does not look fitted on him. In the very beginning, that's when like stood out to me. Like it looks a little... It's like it wasn't properly measured, like you know. But I don't blame him because Wakanda did make it without him. You know, they didn't tailor him. It's like, oh, what's his chest size and his shoulders and you know, shit like that and everything. So hopefully they clean it up by the next time we see him in like the next Avengers movie. Like it's a little more like tighter on him in some areas. It was a little kind of like, you know, not fitted. But yeah, that suit and the upgrades, dope. Like when he did that shield tackle with the jet propulsion thing and all that with Batroc.
A lot of his combination, like his combination of the wings and shield or jets, they were all good. Just like when he used the wings to make him spin and throw the shield sideways.
Oh, dude, that perfect timing. There's like, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. You know, perfect timing. And by the way, that was fucking badass because like it shot it up. He grabbed it, did a little spin, and chucked it. That shit was fucking dope. But like I was telling Carol and fucking Andrew last night, bitch. He told you 5 seconds. Why did it take you 6 seconds to grab that controller?
She was a little slow. She was a little slow on the trigger.
Bro, if she went after, she would have got hit by that.
No, because of like no.
That's why it's perfect timing.
Yeah, he did. That's why he said perfect timing. He would have
got hit, and she would have been grabbing it. Yeah. He was already out the helicopter, and she's like, "Oh no, like, I need to grab it."
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then go, not on the 5.
Yeah, because he's like on 5.
I don't know.
On 5 seconds, she's like 5. She's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the shit's going down. And then she goes for the fucking sugar, like what? Like that could have crashed and all that. But that's just me a little.
Oh yeah, and then I also like Zemo's scene where he got the last laugh. Like, Zemo.
His butler came in clutch. Yeah, we were just talking about that when they're like, oh, send him to the raft, and you're like, oh, all these people are gonna be at the raft. Like that's too much. They gotta send him to a different prison, and then all of a sudden the explosion happens. It's like, oh, they never made it to the prison. They died. And then the butler's just right there, just chilling, fucking seeing him going down. Like, oh, I love that scene. Yeah, Carol freaked out. I'll give her credit. She was the first one to recognize that was the butler. She's like, oh, that's the butler. That's the butler.
Yeah, I had no idea who it was.
Yeah, because it's like, who the hell is that? I'm like, isn't that his butler? And then,
and we're like, oh, that is the butler. That's fucking cool. And then what do we see? The next scene, dude. And I'm loving every time they mention the raft. I'm just right there giggling. It's like, yes. They're showing a lot of love to the raft. There's something gonna go down. I'm telling you right now, right here. You heard it right here on Superboys. Maybe not with Loki. Maybe with something like, or the next few movies, something is maybe some kind of like Prison Break kind of thing with the raft.
Well, just like WandaVision is going to tie into Doctor Strange's movie, I'm sure this is going to tie into someone's movie. I don't know who. But.
Yeah. I'm excited. Every time they mention the raft, I'm right there giggling like a little girl. So one thing was talking about with like Sam's speech, I really did like that. You know, him going around is like I got no serum, no blonde hair, and blue eyes.
I was texting. All I heard was black Captain America.
Yeah, black Captain. I was like, that's the Black Falcon. It's like, no, that's Captain America. Yeah, that's it.
But that was a good speech.
Though. Yeah, that was a good speech. It wasn't no Steve Rogers speech, but I'll give him that. He was fucking very close to it. We talked about sharing sneaky bombs, like, hey, when she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. She was badass. As much as I think I wouldn't have preferred her being the power broker because I just wanted to be true to that Carter name, but that's just, I don't know. But like, she is a badass who's willing to get the job done. Yeah. Madripoor has definitely changed her.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What's it called? With Walker, see, I would have been totally cool with if he decided to go after Carly or save the hostages. That was like I was playing a video game. Make your choice, save the hostages or go after Carly. And I was thinking about it. It's like, dude, if he went straight just like bloodlust, I'm like, no, I'm gonna go after Carly and kill her. Oh, that would have been fucking juicy. That. Yeah, that would have been cool. But the fact that he decided to stay and save the hostages, I like that too. Like,
so is that the moment? So he's not crazy no more because he decided to do that.
I think that's
just saying the madness.
Yeah, I think it's finally over. He realized like, no, like, because he was so bent on like, no, I'm Captain America. I'm gonna do whatever I want. So when it came to that decision, like, what would Captain America do? He was there's like, fuck, like maybe I have been on this like blood rage, fuel, whatever. Yeah. So that's finally what calmed him down. I did like, even though we were teasing him about the fucking gold medal shit like that he had on his fucking shield, I thought it was gonna be on the outside, and that's why I was teasing it. But the fact that it was on the inside, I'm like, oh, it's to remind him, as a reminder of like, fucking his partner. Like I thought it was
still funny, but yeah. I guess you can see it as nice.
Yeah, and then when he quoted Lincoln, he's like, Lincoln, really? It's like, it was a great speech. It's like, not when you do it, not when you say it. Like, that was fucking cool. And I like his costume, the U.S. agent at the end. Oh, yeah, nice. They made it straight out of the comics, and they made it work. That's when it actually worked. So is he gonna be like an anti-hero? I was talking to like my coworker Alex about this. Like, I think he's gonna be like an anti-hero, kind of like a Wolverine kind of thing.
Well, what the Seinfeld lady? Does she work for the government? I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know because like we're talking about like in the comics, she works for Hydra. And then so
I'm not gonna lie, the suit when he first stepped out, my first thought was like, Russia. Yeah. I don't know. I got a little Sokovia vibe.
Yeah, the Russian theme song starts playing.
God, what's going on here?
Communism. Let's fight for communism. But even if he ends up being an evil version of Captain, I don't know. I'm excited. I really liked what they did with John Walker's character. I am looking forward to seeing him in the future. Hopefully, whether him being an anti-hero or fucking the villain, or like I was talking about kind of like an anti-Avengers team. Yeah. With Bucky, brought a little smile to my face seeing Bucky playing the stepdad role, playing with his future children at the end of the episode when they're back in Louisiana, hanging off his arm. He's right there. He might as well have been doing this while talking to his fucking Sam's sister. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, there's great little moments. I thought it was probably like my third favorite episode of the whole series, like third or fourth. Yeah, but what's it called? Definitely my favorite episode was the one where fucking John Walker lost his shit and killed the dude. But yeah, it was a little lackluster. I think I did like WandaVision's finale more. Yeah. It's not necessarily that it was lackluster. Sorry, that's the wrong word. But it's just like I do think WandaVision's lackluster. I think WandaVision's finale was definitely better than this one. Anything else that you want to talk about or brought up about this?
Nothing I can think of.
No. So what's it called? Do you think his suit is laced with vibranium? Because the wings are definitely vibranium. When he fucking bounced that helicopter off.
So what I'm thinking is, yes, kind of like Black Panthers, but not to the full extent.
Yeah, like where it can absorb the energy and shit like that. Yeah,
that'd be really cool.
Yeah, because when Sharon when Carly pulled up that pistol on him, I told Andrew, was like, this is made from Wakanda. I'm pretty sure that bullet can do shit to him, but we never got the chance to see him
in the face.
Yeah.
But also too, like when he was getting shot up from the helicopter, he was just covering his face with the shield. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure all those bullets weren't hitting the shield. So something had to hit his body. And
yeah, that's true.
Affected.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the design. The fucking even when we were watching it, Andrew's like, "Hey, I ain't a Falcon fan, but that drip though," and I was just like laughing. It's like, yeah, he looks fucking cool with that. Just the one thing that I'd change is the whole mask thing. The side, like, nah, just make it goggles. Like that's it. That looks a little. The way his ears are sticking out, I was like,
yeah, I wasn't a fan of the mask either.
Yeah, them trying to stick to like the design in the comic, which works in the comics, but sometimes just not in real life. What about you, Slipknot? Anything else that sticks out to you that you really liked about this episode that we didn't talk about?
No.
No?
No, I think that's it.
I think that's it. Okay. Well, I guess a fun little fact. Okay, so the Emmys that are coming up. Marvel or Disney Plus put up WandaVision for best drama miniseries. Now, miniseries is a one and done type of thing. Like, there's never going to be season 2 or season 3 of it whenever something gets casted as miniseries. They didn't do that for Falcon and Winter Soldier. They put it for best drama. So that means season 2.
Or
they're leaving it open for a season 2.
Or they want both of their shows to win something.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too. They just want to win another award, a whole different award. But it at least leaves the door open. It's if it opens it, and the fact that they changed the name at the end of it, I feel like, oh damn, then season 2 is going to be called Captain America and Winter Soldier. So that's a little fun thing to look forward to. The possibility that there might be a season 2 of this next year or something.
That'd be kind of cool too, because even if we don't get a movie tie-in for The Raft, maybe The Raft will be the problem in the
season 2.
Yeah.
That I would not like. Because I want to see
it
on the big screen.
If it was all, like, the whole season was about the
main reason why is because Abomination. I want to see that bad boy on the big screen. I do not want to see him, on fucking TV. Okay. I want to see Abomination on the big screen. So Loki is coming up. Carol, can you look up when Loki drops on Disney Plus? Because what was supposed to happen was supposed to be Black Widow and then Loki drops, but because
when is Black Widow coming out?
I believe in September. I think it drops in a few months.
Wow, that's...
What you want me to look up?
When does Loki drop on Disney Plus?
Farther away than I thought.
And then also Black Widow. I could be wrong on that too. So once you look up when Loki drops, look up when Black Widow drops in theaters.
I was even
Stranger the Stranger Things guy from in the Black Widow movie.
Oh, okay, yeah, Hopper.
Hopper. So he's a super soldier too.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that until something I've seen recently.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Loki gets released on June 11th.
June 11th? Okay. All right. And then when does Black Widow drop in movie theaters? Now, the one thing I didn't know, Val, they kept this shit a secret. Val, the fucking Seinfeld girl.
Okay.
She was in this show. She's also in the Black Widow.
Oh, really?
So her role is going to be big, like what she ends up.
It says
that's cool.
Theater's going to release on July 9th.
Okay, so it's going to be...
Also on
a month after.
Yeah, they're going to do that Prime Access bullcrap.
Oh, yeah. I know. I don't like that they're doing that.
Yeah, I'd rather go see it in theater then. Like, for $30 to watch... Fuck you. I'm going to pay $15 to, most to watch it, like, in IMAX and shit like that, to watch it on the big screen. What's it called? Yeah, so Val, I seen that she's gonna pop up in Black Widow. So like, whoa, they kept that shit secret, like raps and all that. Like, it just shows that, like, when she showed up in this season 2, like, her role's gonna be bigger. She's gonna somehow gonna be involved in something cool. Yeah, because I like her character, her little sass.
Yeah, she's really sassy.
So that was it. That's really all I can think about. Anything else that you want to talk about or bring up?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay, well, that's it. That is done for Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't know what we're gonna do for the next episode, or I don't know. We'll think of something. We'll do something. We'll probably talk about Marvel movies or something. Yeah. But thank you guys for on this journey of Falcon and Winter Soldier. And guys, boom. Right here.
The painting is gonna start
this weekend.
You're gonna see some changes.
You're gonna see some upgrades, my guys. Like I told you, it's just life and work, and I have no time for anything. But that is my plan for this weekend: is to fix up the walls a little bit with like some putty, and then paint over it, and then finally start putting some furniture up in this blob, making it look nice. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It is your host, Isaquito, Squad Strike Champion, and your co-host.
You started saying it because it's not true. And so your co-host, your main man, Hobbs.
Isabel, fucking the best Isabel player, the west of Mississippi. And young DC on the mic over there, Cali, California, Slipknot's #1 fan.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. You vote people born to that bull crap. As Carly said.
Deuces.